So the trailer for Interstellar premiered before this film. I was going to do a reactions video, but it's a bit late now, unfortunately. All I will tell you is that I was this close to crying. It looks really good. Godzilla. This movie blew me away. Believe it or not, I have never seen any previous Godzilla film before this. I have no idea why, it just happened. Going into this film, I did not have high hopes because the director, Gareth Edwards, made this low-budget sci-fi film called Monsters that got a lot of acclaim and a lot of hype, and I was really looking forward to it when, before I saw it. And then I saw it and I was like, what's the big deal? Personally, I didn't care for it, and I was like, if he can't make me care about these characters in this movie, how in the world am I going to care for, Kick-Ass in this movie? I am very happy to report, though, that I pretty much fell in love with this movie, and seeing it in IMAX made the experience that much sweeter. The image quality was astounding. I truly felt like I was living this film and not just watching it. This movie just there are parts where I really got emotional, and I didn't expect that. I have to give props to the cast because they were phenomenal, and because I was invested in them, the action scenes, which were freaking crazy, were that much more intense, and I was actually invested in them, and it wasn't just watching crap blow up, like it was actually story-driven action. The CGI was also really something special. I mean, this stuff takes a long time to get right, and I gotta tell you, this is some of the best CGI I have ever seen. And on top of that, the sound editing and mixing deserves an Oscar. It's not gonna get nominated because it's a big budget blockbuster monster movie, but Seamus McGarvey, who shot The Avengers, seriously deserves at the very least a nod for best cinematography as well. There are so many shots in this movie that just the way they were composed, and if there was movement in the shot, and how everything was timed with characters coming in and out of the frame, just everything was jaw-dropping and in a completely visual sense. My favorite sequence, hands down, was this aerial jump. That was just perfect. Minus, one detail. They used the score from 2001 in the background. Yeah, that. Despite it matching the epic nature of this scene, I really wish they had either just composed something original for it or had just left it quiet and just had the sound effects there, because I gotta tell you, it would have worked beautifully if it had been just silent, and let the imagery speak for itself, because the imagery alone was just, I have no idea what that face was, but I think you get the idea. Anyways, I highly advise that you watch this in the theater. As for the 3D, unless you're a big fan of it, which if you are, that's cool, but unless you are a fan of it, I wouldn't bother. I am going to give Godzilla a near-perfect score, 4.5 out of 5 stars. I cannot believe I'm giving it that grade, but I can't tell you how happy I am to give it, because thank you, Gareth Edwards. I know you're not watching, but seriously, thank you. You made a good monster movie. Thank you. And thank you very much for your time. I'm now officially on summer break, so I'm going to try and I don't want to put a number on it, but let's just say I'm going to get some videos done. Yeah. I'm not going to say how many per week because I don't want to pin myself down, but yeah. I'm going to make some videos. It's going to be awesome.